I'm all natural, I do this easy. Ain't the money.
More unity within the music industry over here. Because if we don't do that, over there everyone's collaborating with each other. You see Lil Wayne working with this person. They're all working together, you know, it's all about making the money, making good music, most important thing. And it's all love over there. Over here, I think it's a bit more dog over here. There's not as many spaces, not as much room for all of us to go through. So we find all of us fighting each other to get there.
I'll go first and then you know I might bring you in.
Maybe if we work together, instead of getting a little piece of the cake, we can all get the whole cake and share it. At the moment we're all settling for the cupcakes.
Cool.
So that's where I see it.
Cool, man. I hear you saying. How did you get the name RedMusicUk? How did it all come about?
That really came about from a young age because I was raised in Cattle Estate in Leytonstone, in a building called tower block called Redwood Tower. So it really came from that. So it really comes from that really.
Cool. Was you the only one that used to play out in that estate or something like that, or why did that tower block become your name?
Don't know really. It's just whenever I go past that area, it's just a lot of memories. You just gotta know where you come from, and if I implant that in my name, I will never forget where I come from because it's who I am. So if I ever get really far in this,
don't forget your roots, man. No, it's all good.
Get the hood, forget you, man.
Very true. A lot of people need to remember that.
And then when you fall from the top,
who's gonna catch you?
No one's gonna catch you, man.
Golly, I know what you're saying. Golly. And when did you first pick up a mic, or when did you first go, you know what, I'm gonna take this far?
Well, young age, man. I remember watching MTV and just wishing I could do that. I could rhyme. I could put some lyrics together. And I found like a dictaphone in my parents' room. I think it was my pop. So, and I took it. He wasn't using it he just had it in his room. So I took it and I started experimenting with it. And I used to listen to Tupac and other Biggie and all the other guys. And I just mimicked the flow and the words, and just to see how I would sound if I can, you know, just listen to my voice. Because usually when you first start rapping or singing, you listen to your voice for the first time, you're like, ooh,
what's going on? Is that me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just getting used to rapping and finding my voice, finding what my sound is really. So it started from there, and then I went further, and I had a little crappy dynamic microphone, and I used to rap in that on the computer, and it just went on from there. And then I got into
what age was that like?
The dictaphone, that was school, so that was 13, 14 years old.
Okay, cool.
When I started recordings on a simple dynamic mic, that was early college days, late school days, and that's it, man. It's been on since from then.
Cool. So what were some of your early rhymes like? Do you remember any?
Well,
there must be one that stuck in your head like that you used to try and show off to the girls.
Basically, my rhyme back in the day was very simple because where I saw it, I needed to concentrate on the flow, because if your flow is not tight, then what you're saying doesn't really.
This guy?
Yeah, because if you've got good lyrics but you've got no flow, then people don't want to listen to you, which means they're not listening to your lyrics. So for the start, in my case, I was concentrating on flow, and in the beginning, lyrics wasn't necessarily my hot thing about me. So, but from getting into street rap battles and stuff, that was mainly, I used to use comedy, because a lot of guys nowadays they use a lot of violence and talk about guns and knives. Well, when I used to be in the rap battles, talk a lot about that in their raps. But what I find is that doesn't really win the audience, and it's like, it's entertainment. Remember, this is entertainment at the end of the day, and you've got to entertain the audience, because they're watching. In rap battles, there was always an audience, and that audience is there for a purpose, to decide who wins usually. So if you're not getting the audience involved in your rhyming and your facial expressions, and you're not using humour, then it's not going to work out really. So I just used to really be humorous, and you know, it's something like a comedian, you could say.
Cool. So would you be like up there, sort of cussing people and stuff like that, or taking it from the playground to the battles, or What would be your way to finish someone off?
Basically, it would mainly be like, I would look at them, and once when I had a rap battle in college days, I had a rap battle with some guy, and he was on a chubby side.
Yeah, yeah.
And he come
Straight
with me,
away.
he was like, yeah, you better invest in a bulletproof vest and all this, rah, rah, rah. So I just basically just looked at him, and I was holding some food, and I said something like, he wants to see a fat boy run or something like that, and I threw it over his shoulder, and I won it because I use something rather than lyrics. You know what I mean? So it's like all this going on.
Cool.
So it was something more than lyrics. It was entertaining to watch. It was funny.
Cool, man.
And it just made himself look silly because he was trying to be all ghetto and I just Mickey.
Quality.
So that's how I started.
What was like the reaction to some of the things you were saying? Like?
It was mainly laughter because I remember in college there was even security guards watching as well. And like it wasn't like a beef thing or nothing. It was like fun and
just
stuff. It was just really funny. So people just used to come and watch and just have a good laugh really. Take it serious.
And I wanted you to explain this quote: "The UK's answer to Timberland."
Well, that quote's not from me.
Yeah.
That quote has come from various people. I think when you listen to my production, the way I use my drums and percussions, it might maybe comes across something like Timberland sort of style. But that being said, I think the quality of the music is quite good. It's like it's on standards, so people would tend to say Timberland or someone like that. You know what I mean? But in my music, when I make my beats, it's all, I just think it's got to have a beginning, middle, and an end. Yeah, it's like a story. You can listen to the beat without the lyrics and picture your own story.
What's going on? Yeah. And how do you describe your sound, like you're putting out with obviously your beats and your rapping?
I mean, in regards to the beats, it's totally different, man. Because like with Magic, it's got dance synth arpeggiators in there. It's got a heavy 808 kick in it. It's got live instrumentation. It's got electric guitar. In the video, it's got street dancing.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's just a fuse, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fuse things, and it's time we make something a bit unique. Otherwise, everything's just going to get too boring. It's going to carry on being the same, and before hip hop does actually die, we need to try different things. You know?
So, do you see it getting bigger or smaller hip hop, or?
I was thinking it will get bigger. Over here, definitely, I'm 100% sure it will get bigger, no doubt. Because the youngers nowadays, the next generation, they're more likely to want to listen to all the urban acts over here.
They're hungry like for music and for talent.
Back in the days, there might have been the pop bands they went to, but now it's like all these new
what's this person doing?
rap groups and grand groups. So I think the next generation will carry on, and it will only get stronger over here, I think.
And you brushed on the single Magic. How did that come about? How did it start, man?
Magic, where it features a soul singer called Soul Nana, and when we're together.
In a money making relationship, it don't please me. Give me the fortune and you can have the fame, seem smart. You're just a washed up tar, scared of the dark and take walks in the park. You act like a dog, but when it's on you don't bark. You a twig, I'm the whole bouquet. I'm flying, baby, lift you on the runway. Turn your girl on like a TV, and you're like a DVD that gets played. Listen to the radio, I get played 7 days a week like the Marvin Sway. Sunday, make another 7 hits. Got these guys mad that they haven't had the Weetabix. Does she love me? Does she love me not well? I'm a bastard, so I guess not.